okay, so copy testing, something near and dear to my heart. I think I wasn't one of your first beta users, but I definitely one of your first paid users. I even
Yes, and you were
promoted
one of
this,
my people I interviewed before we even built
and I
the
even asked to
product.
invest in it after I used it. I was like, I like this. I want to be a part of it. But you're so popular, you don't need it. So what copytesting.com, I've used it. It's basically like user testing for a landing page. So you take a landing page, highlight areas you want people to check stuff out on, and the crowd that you
Hmm.
select goes and answers the questions that you have,
Yeah,
right?
so the framing that I think is most accurate is audience research. So it's not user testing in the sense that we're not evaluating usability or how to use anything. It's how your messaging lands on people and what is the effect that your messaging, your copy has on those people. So when we're writing copy, we can hire editors, we can have a friend have a look at it,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a fellow copywriter offer a critique. But in the end, the copy is designed to, the goal is to make people take action, or like there's some purpose to it.
Mm-hmm.
And you have an audience in mind. You're writing for B2B SaaS CMOs, you're writing for mothers of babies, whatever. And so, what are the people, the very people you're trying to sell to, when they read your copy, what do they think? What are their doubts after reading everything? Which questions are still around? And they've seen, other stuff like, why would they go with you or not, knowing like what other options are out there. So it's really, you're asking questions from your target audience about your copy. It's qualitative research.
Yeah, I liked it. I did a whole case study on it. So copywritingcourse.com/copy testing or something like that. You could probably
Hmm.
find it. Um, Here's something interesting. There was a couple things I changed on my sales page immediately after using copy testing. One thing was in the very first fold of the page, I had like all these people who would buy copywriting course, and it was laid out in this really weird fashion. And when you're designing a sales page, you see it like 1,000 times, and
Totally.
it makes sense in your mind, but other people look at it like, what the hell is that?
Hmm.
And so everyone comment like 80% of the people were like, yo, this is a really weird formatting. I can't read it well. And when I saw that 80% of the people couldn't read it well, like there was some sort of UX problem with it,
Yeah,
I immediately changed it. I was like, okay, clearly the crowd has spoken. So
totally.
that was very useful. What other things like that do you commonly see with sales pages, landing pages that are almost always wrong on people's stuff?
Mm. So our fastest growing target audience is B2B SaaS companies. So that's
Mm-hmm.
like we're getting the most traction with them, especially now that we're delivering B2B audiences. Like you're selling to product people, we can deliver product people.
Mm-hmm.
And so with B2B SaaS products, what you often see is these big words that mean nothing at all.
Buzzwords.
Kind of,
Oh.
yeah. So it's like, oh, when sales and marketing meet, magic happens. That's like the some CRM title on the website headline. And if you're the product marketer for it, like makes sense in your head. Oh, we're merging sales and marketing, but as a just a person, what the hell does that mean? It means nothing at all. So it's a lot of that. So that's a very common thing. Just the poor clarity. People don't know what the hell this is.
Have you ever walked around South by Southwest in the convention and you see like all those things? They're like where IP addresses are magically created to blah blah. It's all this effluvial language. And you're like, what does that even mean? Like you're
Totally.
looking at this banner and I'm like, I literally do not understand what this means.
Exactly. So people think when it's something is like B2B or techie, somehow like there's a magical B2B people walking around, like
Yeah.
this is a B2B Neville eating ice cream and B2B Neville, going to the bathroom. Like Neville is still Neville. So like B2B is still human to human. People
Neville eating ice cream is uh, consume dairy products in an efficient manner with an outsourced chain. Like they would say
no,
something like that instead of like eating ice cream. Yeah. Okay. So just commonly like big ass buzzwords. Anything else that you notice that's pretty common?
let's see.
Is it mainly like UX stuff or just like the copy?
It's copy related mostly. Like of course, if something is unreadable, for maybe it's too small or poor color choices,
Mm-hmm.
that also comes out. But it's also a lot of, I don't care about this. So, let's
Mm.
say you're trying to sell to somebody. In your mind, you have like 7 good arguments why somebody should buy that stuff.
Yeah.
and then you lay it out there, and then we ask people to also rate how much do you care about this argument made here on a 5-point scale, and it's a lot of this don't care about
Don't
this.
care.
So especially if you have a long sales page and you have a lot of content, a lot of messages you want to,
All the content has to earn its pixels, right? And if it
kind
doesn't
of,
earn its
yeah. Like
pixels,
most people skim, they're not really like
yeah.
going. And as soon as it says something like something that doesn't really like, oh yeah, that's a problem I have, then they're like their eyes glaze over. And
So whenever we do consulting or office hours and someone asks me to look at a page, I do what I call the caveman voice, where I look, the Geico caveman, that stupid looking caveman who's
right,
like, "Ugh," like that. I look at the page and I just skim. I'm like, boring, stupid. I don't care. And then like stuff that's good stands out, and I'm like, okay, pass. But that's how I look at stuff, and I think that's how most people read pages. Like I
totally.
don't go to some B2B SaaS company and like pay attention to every word they write. I don't care about them.
Totally. And then, I mean, people have different savviness level. So if you're a savvy, let's say I need a new CRM software,
Mhm.
like I would be a category connoisseur. I have used so many CRMs. I know exactly what I want. I want, these integrations. So I go to the page where I'm looking for specific things. Um, and so I'm not going to be interested in the brand talk at all. I'm like very, let's say, transactional.